All right, so hey guys, we are getting down to the end of this whole first aid and CPR AED Red Cross stuff. We are into lesson 6 today, so welcome to lesson 6. Lesson 6 deals with injury care, okay, and injury prevention, and I think that's a really powerful thing. So you're going to see some stuff here, and again, I'm not going to share the whole deal with you right now, but I want you to just kind of process and think about what are some injuries that you might come across? What are the things you can care for? What are the things that are challenging? So we're going to talk about kind of 3 or 4 different areas during this process. The first one is bleeding. And bleeding is something that obviously we all kind of come across from here to there. Some of us are comfortable with it. Some of us are really, really challenged by it. Again, it depends on the severity of the bleed, okay? We're going to talk about burns. What happens when you get a water-based burn, a chemical burn, some of those kind of things, and how do you treat it? We're going to talk about what we call musculoskeletal injuries. Now, those phrases should be familiar to you. So we have muscle, we have skeleton. Musculoskeletal, muscles and bones. Okay, so this would be things like strains, sprains, breaks, those kind of things. How do you handle those situations? You're going to hear the word immobilize. You're going to hear an acronym called RICE, and you're going to see some different things around simple care there. And you guys can all do this type of care as well. And then the last one is head, neck, and spine injuries. And this is kind of a new phase in Red Cross. It's always been an injury, but Red Cross is now emphasizing, what can you do in a head, neck, and spine situation? Okay. And so we'll go through these. You are going to do a couple of assessment pieces for me on this. The first one you will see is dealing with how do you treat somebody who's been bleeding. And so you're going to need a few things from your house. So I'm going to say you're going to maybe like a dish towel. If you don't have that, maybe some paper towels. If you have gauze bandages, but you don't have to have those. Look in your first aid kits that you might have a roller bandage or an ace bandage, some of those type of things. We can be creative. You can use a towel or an old rag or something like that as well. So that will be one of the things you'll be tested on, and you'll have to create that. Secondly, there's going to be something on what we call immobilization. And this is your ability, if you have a break or a bad strain, sprain, that kind of thing, to immobilize. So those are kind of the 2 assessment pieces. At the end of this, you'll also get a practice quiz on first aid care, which brings in a whole bunch of different things. And then we'll kind of work through just kind of finishing this up. The last unit, lesson 7, is on environmental injuries. That's hot, cold, that kind of stuff. And then we'll get into the rest. So this is your kind of intro for lesson 6 on injuries. So sit back and check these out. I appreciate all your work to this point. I really love seeing your creativity when it comes to turning stuff back in, some of the imagery that you've been doing, those kind of things. I applaud you, those of you that are staying on top of things. For those of you that are falling behind a little bit, it's time to buckle up here. Let's get some stuff done. You got to adapt to the situation. It's not perfect. It's not always fun, but we got to figure out how to do it. So trying to make these a little bit crazy, a little bit enjoyable, hopefully, and you're not bored out of your mind by them, but we obviously got to get them done. So that's a scoop. So we're going to roll forward here with info on how to handle injuries. So hang in. Thanks.